Hello friends, welcome back to Positive Approach. This is Nitesh Bhardwaj. Today we will discuss about our third unit of plus one physics. The unit name is Law of Motion and our first chapter is force. So without wasting any time, let's start. What is force? It is push or pull, which either changes or tends to change the state of body, whether it is in state of rest or in uniform motion. Our second definition is what is inertia? In the absence of external force, the inability of a body to change its state by itself. What is inertia? In the absence of any external force, the ability of a body to change its state by itself is called inertia. And according to Galileo law of inertia, he said that what is inertia? It is the inherent property of object. What is it? Is inherent property of the object that remains moving with constant speed along a straight line unless acted upon by an external force. I hope these definitions are clear to you. Our next and important law of motion is Newton's first law of motion. Newton first law of motion. This motion, Newton first law of motion, also called law of inertia. It is also called law of inertia and it is applicable only in inertial frame of reference. Inertial frame of reference. This law applicable only in inertial frame of reference. It is not applicable in non-inertial frame of reference. Here are the some example of Newton's first law of motion. When a running horse suddenly stops, the rider fall forward direction. This is due to the inertia of the rider. When a running horse suddenly stopped, the rider fell forward direction. This is due to the inertia of rider. Our second example of the Newton's first law of motion is when we hit a carpet with a stick to remove the dust of carpet. Athlete runs some distance before taking a long jump. A ball thrown upward in a moving train returns to the thrower. These are all the application and examples of Newton's first law of motion. Our next key point is maximum possible long jump distance would be 10 meter and world record is 8.96 meter. This is possible long distance. Maximum possible long distance could be 10 meter. And a good jumper can raise center of mass of body about 1.2 meter. Now we are discussing linear momentum. What is linear momentum? It is denoted by P, which is equal to the product of mass into velocity. Linear momentum is a vector quantity. If linear momentum of two bodies are equal, then m1 v1 is equal to m2 v2. If the mass of body 2 is greater than that of the mass of its first body, then v1 is greater than of v2. What does this implies? If the momentum of two bodies are equal and the mass of one body, if the mass of one body is greater than that of the mass of the other body, what does that imply? That implies the lighter body having a low mass have a higher velocity than that of the other body. The lighter body getting maximum velocity. And the dimensional formula of linear momentum is ml T inverse and its SI unit is kg meter per second. This is its SI unit and its CGI system. In CGI system its unit is gram centimeter per second. Gram centimeter per second. I hope this is clear to you. Now our Newton's second law of motion. What does Newton's second law of motion state? That F is directly proportional to dp over dt. What does this imply? This implies the force is directly proportional to time rate of change of momentum. And when a body traveling with the constant speed, then the force applied on it is 0. When a body moving with constant speed, then the force applied on the body is 0. Newton's second law of motion gives measure of force. Newton's second law of motion give measure of force, and this law also called universal law of motion. Second law is also called universal law of motion, and its SI unit is Newton, which is kg meter per second square. These are its SI unit. And what are the consequences of Newton's second law of motion? Acceleration. Acceleration is equal to force divided by mass. More will be the mass of body, less will be its acceleration. And less will be its acceleration, more will be the mass of a body. I hope these key points are clear to you. Our next key point are acceleration produced by a force in motion of a body depend only upon its mass. Because we discussed here A is equal to F divided by M. What does this implies? Our first result is if more will be the mass of a body, less will be its acceleration, and acceleration produced by a force in a motion of a body depend only upon its mass. Now our next topic is impulse. What is impulse? When a ball is hit by a bat, and a nail stuck by a hammer, then that point of stickness is called the impulse. That impact force, that point of impact. When a ball is hit by a bat and a nail is stuck by a hammer, then the force of impact is called impulse, and it can be resolved in two components. First, it acts for small time. It and it is variable. It is not constant. It is variable. And its dimensional formula is also same that of linear momentum, that is ml T inverse. And what is impulse? Impulse is equal to the force into time. It is multiple of force into time. And also impulse is a vector quantity given by force into time, which is equal to change in momentum of a body, that is P2 minus P1. Change in momentum of a body. Impulse is also equal to change in momentum of a body. These all formulas are very important. Later we will discuss some numerical on these formulas. And impulse required to stop a car equal to m into v minus u, where v is the final velocity, that is 0, and u is its initial velocity. This is the formula of impulse to stop a car. And here negative sign implies that it is retarding effect. Negative sign implies that here it is retarding effect. Now what are the application of impulse? While catching a ball, player can lower his hand. This is the first application of a impulse. By lowering his hand, he increases the time. By lowering his hand, he increases the time interval, and change in momentum then decreases. And the force applied on the hand is less here. Now our second application is car, truck, etc. provided with the spring system to avoid jerk. Our third application is Chinaware packed with paper. And our fourth application is on Pakka floor. Falling person receive more injury than on Kacha floor. And as we earlier discussed, second law is also called the law of motion, real law of motion or universal law of motion. Our next topic is conservation of linear momentum. What does this implies? If P1 plus P2 is equal to constant, that is M1 V1 plus M2 V2 is equal to M1 U1 plus M2 U2. This is our conservation of momentum. What are its application? When bullet is fired from a gun, the gun recoils. This is the first application of conservation of momentum. Second application is rocket works on this principle. Rockets work on the principle of conservation of momentum. Our third example is Third application is if someone left on the frictionless floor. If someone left on the frictionless floor desire to get out of it, he can do so by blowing air out of his mouth and throw some object. If someone left on a gravitational floor desire to get out of that floor, he can do one thing only. He has to blowing air out by of his mouth and he has to throw some object toward opposite direction. Our next key point is three concurrent forces are in equilibrium, then their resultant is zero. If three forces are in equilibrium, then the resultant force is equal to zero. And the area under, we know that what is impulse? Impulse is force into time, and the area under this force time graph gives the magnitude of impulse. These are the important key point of our first chapter, that is force. Now we will do some example which are very important for examination point of view. These are some numerical. Our first numerical is a force of 72 dyne is inclined to horizontal at an angle of 60. What is here theta? Theta here is 60. And a force, what is force here? Force is here 72 dyne. Find the acceleration of mass. Here mass is equal to 9 gram, which moves horizontally. We have to calculate the acceleration of a body. We have to calculate its acceleration. Now, given that a force of 72 dyne, is inclined horizontal, and we already discussed a force toward horizontal, which making an angle is fx cos 60 degree, which is equal to fx is equal to f cos 60 degree, which is equal to, what is f? Given that f is 72 dyne, 72 multiplied by 1 by 2, which is equal to 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6, 2 6 are 12, which is equal to 36. So a force which inclined horizontal at an angle of 60 degree is given by fx is equal to f cos theta, which is equal to, here this is fx and this is f. This is equal to 36 dyne. Now, given that mass is 9 gram, we have to calculate acceleration. We know that force is equal to mass into acceleration, implies that acceleration is equal to force divided by mass, which is equal to, what is force? 36 divided by mass is 9 gram. Here acceleration is 4 meter per second square. I hope this numerical is clear to you. Our second numerical is calculate the impulse necessary to stop a car of 1500 kg traveling to 90 km per hour. We have to calculate impulse. We know that the formula of impulse is a vector quantity, and it is the change in rate of momentum. It is the change in momentum of a body, and this is equal to the force multiplied by time. We have to calculate necessary impulse to stop a car of, here mass, given that mass is 1500 kg and traveling with the velocity 90 km per hour, which is equal to 90 multiplied by 1000 divided by 3600 meter per second. 20 cancel 20, 9 ones are 9, 9 fours are this, which is equal to 100 divided by 4, which is equal to 25 meter per second is the velocity. Now, what is its impulse necessary to stop? As we earlier discussed, stopping impulse is equal to m into v minus u. Here v is 0 because final velocity is 0, then m is minus mu, which is minus m. 25 multiplied by 1500 kg, which is equal to 25 multiplied by 15 is 5 5s are 15, 5 2s are 10, 1 12 into 25, 573, which is equal to 37500. This is our stopping impulse. I hope this numerical is also clear to you. Very easy numerical. Our third numerical is a cell of mass 0.02 kg is fired by a gun of mass 100 kg. If the muzzle speed of the velocity is 80 meter per second, what is the recoil speed of the gun? Here we using the formula of m1v1 plus m2v2 is equal to m1u1 plus m2u2. This is conservation of momentum. Here given that a cell of mass, let m1 is the cell of a mass 0.02 kg is fired by a gun of mass, and m2 is the mass of gun which is equal to 100 kg. This is mass of gun and this is mass of cell. If the muzzle speed of the cell is 80 meter per second and v1 is the velocity of cell which is 80 meter per second, and what is the recoil speed of a gun? We have to calculate v2, which is the recoil speed of this gun. Now substituting all these value in equation number 1 and this formula m1, where m1 is this 0.02 multiplied by v1 80 plus m2 is 100 into v2. v2 is here recoil velocity which is equal to, here initial velocity of the cell is also 0 and the initial velocity of the gun is also 0. So u1 and u2 are 0. So this is equal to 0. Here 100 of v2 is equal to 0.02 multiplied by 80. 100 v2 is equal to 2 multiplied by 80 divided by 100, which is equal to 1.6, and v2 is equal to 1.6 divided by 100, which is equal to 0.016 meter per second. This is the recoil velocity of a gun. I hope this numerical is clear to you. Here we use the formula of conservation of momentum, linear momentum, and by substituting all these value, we can easily calculate the recoil velocity of a gun, recoil speed of the gun. Our fourth numerical is a constant retarding force of 50 Newton is applied to a body of mass 50 kg. What is the mass of body? Mass of the body is 20 kg and a constant retarding force F is equal to minus 50. And what is minus sign here? Minus sign so that it is retarding force. A body of mass 20 kg moving initially with the speed of, let its initial velocity u is equal to 15 meter per second. How long does the body take to stop? How long does the body take to stop? We have to calculate here time. Question said that a constant retarding force of 50 Newton is applied to a body of mass 20 kg. Moving initially with the velocity of 50, how long does the body take to stop? We have to calculate time here. We note that the formula of F is equal to mass into acceleration. So first of all, we have to calculate this acceleration here. So here acceleration is equal to force divided by mass. Here what is force? Here force is 50 Newton divided by mass is 20 kg, which is equal to 5/2 meter per second. Okay, now we know that this relation V that is equal to u plus at velocity time relation. What is V here? V here is 0. And what is u here? Initial velocity here is 15 plus acceleration here is 5/2 into t. We have to calculate time here. Here 5/2 into t is equal to 15. Here t is equal to 15 into 2 divided by 5. 5 3s are 15, which is equal to 6 with negative sign. So here t is 6 seconds. I hope all these numerical are clear to you. This is all about our first chapter, that is force. Thank you and have a nice day.